Jews and Arabs have to regard itself as equals, and that's plainly not happening now.
A significant data breach at 23&Me, a genetic testing and ancestry company, is under the microscope as hackers have now exposed the information of millions.
Our Jonathan Cotto with the primary target of the data breach and how the company is addressing security concerns.
A data breach at 23&Me, a company known for its DNA testing services, has potentially exposed the sensitive genetic data of millions of people, and the impact on the Ashkenazi Jewish community is of particular concern.
The challenge with the 23&Me is that the information that was taken, to my knowledge, was shared with specific minority groups, in particular the Ashkenazi Jewish connection.
Personal information such as date of birth, ancestry results, and geographical location raising major concerns.
A Jewish teenager from the U.S. recently traveled to Israel, and what he discovered about his ancestry challenged his long-held beliefs.
I will never forget the first time I went to Israel and I stepped off the plane, and the first thing that anyone said to me was, "Welcome home." I wasn't told welcome home because my ancestors were from Israel. I was told welcome home because I'm Jewish. Every single person who's Jewish that steps off the plane, especially for their first time in Israel, is told welcome home. Let's just sit with that for a second.
So to unravel the mystery behind his background, this guy takes a DNA test. And guess what? Turns out he's 88% Ashkenazi Jewish, tracing his roots all the way back to Eastern Europe. This shakes up the whole idea that being Jewish is all about Israel.
This right here, this is my actual ancestry. I am 88% Ashkenazi Jewish, and none of my ancestors are from the Middle East. The land that is called Israel now is not my home. It's not my ancestors' home. It's Palestinian.
So in Israel, there's this law that makes it a bit tricky to just go out and buy a DNA ancestry test. It's not like you can't do it at all, or that's what they say. But you need a special permission from a court to get one. Why? Well, as they say, it's mostly because there's a worry that if people start digging into their genetics, it might stir up some drama in families or mess with how people understand their heritage. Now, there's also this thing where some folks, especially Ashkenazi Jews, have used DNA tests to prove their Jewish roots. This is super important for those who want to move to Israel under the law of return, which basically says if you're Jewish, you can't come live in Israel. But this whole using DNA to prove you're Jewish has got people talking. Some are cool with it, others not so much because it's a pretty sensitive topic. So yeah, that's the deal. It's not a total no-no, but there are some hoops to jump through if you want to get your DNA ancestry checked out in Israel. And we all know why this is a thing only in Israel, and it's not common for countries to require a court order for DNA testing.
It is prohibited, and you can Google this, to do a DNA test in Israel. Totally forbidden. Wrong. It's illegal. It's a crime. You'll be jailed if you do a DNA test in Israel. Why? Because they know the truth will come out. You come from Poland, you come from Ukraine, you came from Europe, you came from everywhere else, and they were the original Middle Eastern Jews who lived together with the Muslims and the Christians for centuries. For centuries. So what happened to a lot of the Jews?
Feels like Christmas morning. I got a 23&Me ancestry and health kit. I think that I kind of want to start with the ancestry side. And it says ancestry composition. I'm 49.9% Ashkenazi Jewish. That's not a huge surprise to me at all, since my mom's side of the family is completely Jewish. My dad's side is not Jewish though. So let's go to there. Let's see what's going on. This is like, I feel really like on the spot. Okay, so I'm 100% European, which again is not a huge surprise to me, but it's just funny seeing it like that. I'm 49% Ashkenazi Jew, totally. British and Irish and German and French, a little bit Scandinavian, Northeastern European. Yeah, it's not super exciting, but I kind of know all of that information. I didn't realize how much of my family was from Germany.
Yeah, there are people that convert to Judaism and they have zero DNA and they're 100% Jewish.
So I don't expect you to be able to provide genetic or ancestral receipts for your claims about us Jews, because those kinds of receipts are illegal in Israel without a court order and other special permissions. The Jerusalem Post explains such a thing cannot exist as kits sold directly to the public, going on to say that they have possible effects on subjects and their families. Furthermore, the national implications of these tests could hold or affect, nice grammar Jerusalem Post, could hold or affect with Israel being a government-recognized Jewish state. Don't you just love when they say the quiet parts out loud? But since they won't let you get receipts for us Jews, I brought my own. Wow! So I, an Ashkenazi, have no genetic or ancestral ties to the region of historic Palestine.
They know that the Jewish people in Israel are not the original people. The Jewish people in Israel are not the original people.
You know what you are? You're an ancient Israelite.
Ancient Israel, that's what we are. I'm telling you, you can give me time. Yeah. If you give me time. But what are you saying?
No, we don't have
so many years.
I know. Look at this. This is pages and pages of notes. And I promise we'll give more teaching. But here is my challenge to you.
All right.
I'm hearing some of your traditions. It's like the days of the Bible. Do you want to remain ancient Israelites? Or you want to be Jews?
Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Stranger danger!